If you let your guard down, I'm not gonna let you fall.
Hi, welcome guys. Welcome to another episode of Minute Together with Gabby and Sammy. Eagles man, welcome. I see you guys are the first ones here. I appreciate you. Aaron Kirby's in the house. The Chapinator's here. Hello. Cody's here. Everybody, hi. So excited to have you all here today. I'm gonna wait for a couple more people to roll in here and we are gonna get started. Hello, Kim Possible. Mystery. Hello. What's up, Judge Jungle? Welcome, guys. Welcome. So if you don't know me, hi, I'm Gabby. This is a show called In It Together with Gabby and Sammy. Sammy is my co-host and a licensed mental health counselor. You'll meet her shortly. But before we get started, I have an intro for you. Actually, I'm really jumping the gun here. Let me tell you what the show is all about. So this is a show where Sammy and I talk about coping with emotional, social, and psychological well-being to promote self-healing and self-development. We have a different topic every week that we cover, and we provide you guys with education, resources, and tips that you can use in your everyday life on your journey to self-development, happier living, and that's why we call it In It Together, because we're in it together, guys. Life can be overwhelming. Things can be, sometimes you just get overwhelmed. Sometimes you feel alone, but you're not alone. Hopefully this is the show that can give you some guidance if maybe you're looking for that. Our goal is to have you leave the show feeling like you've gotten something out of it. So thank you guys so much for joining. I see all of our guests are here. I'm so excited. We're going to talk with Juice Baby Jojo, Aaron Kirby, and more Miserable about the Top Batch journeys. This is going to be an awesome show. I have an intro for you. Let me get the music set up though. Thank you guys for joining. This intro was made by Ash Marie and I, my cousin, who's also Top Badge. So shout out to Ash Marie for helping me out.
To me now, you're not invincible. If you let your guard down, I'm not gonna let you fall. Hold on to me now, I'm not invincible. Drowning in self-doubt, can you pull my demons out?
Guys, thank you so much for joining. If you guys are just tuning in, this is a show called In It Together with Gabby and Sammy. We do this show every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sammy will be joining us shortly. But before we get into it, if you guys don't know, this is a show where we talk about coping with emotional, social, and psychological well-being to promote self-healing and self-development. We have a new topic every week that we cover. We provide you guys with education, resources, and tips that you can apply on your everyday life on your journey to self-healing, self-development, and happier living. Like I said, it's called In It Together, and we are in it together, guys. So that's why we have the show. We want you to leave here feeling like you got something out of it, like you've learned something. And I'm really excited for today's show. But just in case you missed last week, if you were here last week, hit a one. I'm just curious why he was here. Last week was a Valentine's Day special, which was a week late because I was sick. But better late than never, guys. So we talked about love. We talked specifically about the different types of love, the 5 love languages, and we had the pleasure of having Quinn and JT on as our guests because they are just a power couple and they're amazing. It was an awesome show. If you guys missed it, I have a YouTube channel. Just look up Gabby Uke, that's my name. You can subscribe and watch all the shows there if you want. Maybe we'll even add some, content on there eventually, but for now, just all the shows. But thank you guys for joining. So today we are talking about success. We're talking about success, and we're going to get a little bit more particular with it. We're talking more so success as a top badge on this platform, which is super cool because we have 2 top badge streamers. We have Aaron Kirby, we have Juice Baby Jojo. They're going to tell us about their journeys to getting their badge, potentially giving us some advice if any of us here are streamers that are trying to get that badge, or maybe you don't really know the first step to take to get it. We're going to learn tonight. We also have one up-and-coming top badge. You guys might know him from Pet Profiles. His name is More Miserab. Got the name right. I've been working on it for like a week because I could not pronounce his name to save my life. But we got it. We got it. So guys, just to run down what to expect tonight. So we start off every show with an Instagram Q&A. Everyone who responds is anonymous. I never shout anybody out unless, of course, they would want me to. But yeah, so we have a Q&A section. It was specifically for top badge streamers to answer, and I was really pleased with how many responses we got. So that's going to be really cool. After we talk about the Q&A section on Instagram, we are going to have Sammy join us. We're going to talk a little bit about the responses. And then for anyone who maybe is super, super new to Meet Me, Plenty of Fish for Scout, I'm just going to quickly review what a top badge is, how you get a top badge, and then Sammy's going to tell us some traits that successful people have, which is very interesting, actually, when you see how the questions work out. Then after she gives us the traits of successful people, I'm going to tell you guys some tips that you can use to be even more successful than you are. And I think that our top streamers might actually already be using some of these tips, which is really exciting. And after we get done with the tips, we're going to go through something called SMART goals. If you've been in my show before, we bring up SMART goals kind of a lot, maybe not every episode, but pretty close. It's a tool you can use to help keep goals in line and check, and you can, and to achieve them. And we're going to talk about that here shortly. And then after we get through all of that, stay tuned because this is where it gets juicy. We're going to have our 2 top badge streamers talk about their journey, and then we're going to talk to an up-and-coming streamer. So excited. So shout out to Aaron Kirby, Juice Baby Jojo, and More Miserab for being here tonight. I'm so, so excited. So let's start off, guys. Let's start the show. So this was a 3-part question that I asked specifically top badges. You might even be able to guess who some of these top badges are based off their responses. So the first question is, how long did it take you to get your top badge? Why is receiving a top badge important to you? And what is a trait that you have that makes you successful on and off the app? So they're all kind of clumped together. So this person said it took them 9 months to get their top badge. And I asked them, why is it important to you to have the badge? And they said, to be the face of the community. This was validation from the app of my leadership qualities. And the trait they have that makes them successful is optimism. Especially with this journey, you need it. The next person, how long did it take to get your badge? 2 weeks. That's pretty crazy. 2 weeks it took for this person to get their badge. When asked, why is it important for you to have a badge? They said, well, it really wasn't important. It's just that I love streaming, and if there's perks that come with it, I'm down to get them. Absolutely. And their quality or their characteristic they have that makes them successful is energy, positivity, and creativity. This individual said it took them 5 months to get their top badge. The reason that they wanted to get the badge and that it was important to them was to continue to grow and network with amazing people and to provide amazing content to the community. And their quality that they have that makes them successful on and off the app is being genuine and honest with people, treating people the way that we want to be treated. That's the golden rule. We learned that in preschool. It's a good one. This top badge got their badge in 7 months. Why was it important to them? They said, honestly, it really wasn't that important. It was more of a goal that their fan base set for them. And a skill that they have that makes them successful is interactive communication is key. Also having consistent content. So this is very much specific to live streaming on this platform. This individual, how long did it take you to get your badge? 5 months. Why was it important to them? As much as it's your badge, it's all of your viewers' badge. And I love this response because that's 100% true. A skill they have that makes them successful is that they try to treat everybody the same and with respect. This top badge said, how long did it take to get your badge? Very quickly, actually, 3 months. Started in July of 2020 and got it in October. If you guys know this streamer very well, you might be able to guess who it is. Why was getting a top badge important to them? Sharing my love for music to a wider range of audience, truly a blessing to this person. A skill that they have that makes them successful, music and being able to make people feel happy and heard. This individual took 3 months to get their top badge. They wanted to get their badge because they can help others not feel alone and use the platform to bring joy. Also, shout out to the Meet Me app official Instagram page. They actually shared this from my story, so that was really, really cool. Kind of fangirling about it, not gonna lie. A trait that this person has that makes them successful is just being themselves, being honest and positive no matter what life throws at them. So there you have it, guys. That was the Q&A section specifically for top badges on Plenty of Fish, Scout, and Meet Me. So thank you to everyone who took the time out of your day. It's time for our co-host, mental health therapist, and one of my awesome friends, Sammy J. Hello. Guys, make sure I'm doing awesome. How are you doing?
I am well.
Guys, make sure you favorite Sammy. She is also a streamer on this app. She streams almost daily. If you guys ever have any kind of questions or suggestions for that you'd like to give her, maybe for the show, or if you just want to hang out because she's so awesome, hit her with a favorite.
Thank you.
All right, Sammy. So this is actually your first time seeing the responses potentially because I didn't have them done in time. How did you feel about some of those responses?
They were really good. So interesting to see how quickly this can happen for some people. And just kind of in general, I thought for some people this would be a longer process. So it's cool to see that that is something that you can see come to fruition rather quickly. I mean, not something that takes years to do. You can do it within a few months. So that's really cool. And I think promising for people that are working towards it, right? We've talked about SMART goals and how to have it's important to have timely goals, right? So this isn't something that's way down the line for people. And the traits, yeah, definitely. We're going to be talking about a lot of the traits coming up here in a minute, so we won't get into them too much.
Absolutely.
But the answers were great.
Another thing that I noticed too, and I'm sure we'll talk about it a little bit, the reason people wanted their top badges between different people were so different. Some people honestly didn't even really care if they had the badge. It was more so of their family on the app that was you should get a badge, we support you. And some people were like, oh, I definitely want to be a top badge, I want to be a face for the community. So it was kind of cool to see people have different motives and stuff like that. So
and I think we might hear a little bit of that variation tonight too with our guests.
Yeah, I think so. It's going to be really cool. So if you guys are super, super new to the app, maybe you don't even know what a top badge is, I'm just going to quickly go over what a top badge is, how you get it. So in order to even apply to be a top badge, you need to reach certain requirements. 5 million diamonds, 5,000 favorites, 500 views per stream on average, and you also need to stream for 40 hours a month. So in order to even apply for a top badge, you need to have those requirements. Once you have those requirements and you apply, you're not guaranteed a top badge. People are probably going to check you out, check out your vibe, check out your content. If your content's engaging, if it's appropriate, they might pick you. And how do you find out if you have a top badge? There's a really cool show on Fridays Fridays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is a show called The Rundown. It's hosted by Chris Casper. I think everybody probably knows who that is. If you don't, you're gonna
So
find
if you're
out.
looking for him, it's not under Chris Casper for this.
Correct. It is under the they changed the name to Top Badge Official, I believe is what it's called now. So make sure you check that out on Fridays at 3 p.m. He goes over new top badges, tips on the app, different news, different contest winners and things like that. It's really good. Really good show to go to. I recommend it if you want to get updated on stuff. All right. So now that we've kind of talked about what a top badge is, most of us know, but if anyone who's new, there it is.
Now you know.
Now you know. Now these people who've gotten their top badge, I would say, are pretty successful people. They've succeeded in, getting a badge, which in my opinion, you are the face of the community. You are, I feel like you're set to like a higher standard than just your typical streamer.
Yeah.
So what kind of people are successful exactly? Like what kind of traits do successful people have?
Yeah.
Some of them were even mentioned.
Yeah. No, they were. So that was really funny. I think it was like the first one. I was like, boop, that's on our list. All right.
Yep.
So we compiled from a couple of different places some traits that science has kind of said, this is what successful people, this is how we kind of define successful people, traits that they have. So we have 10 of them for you guys. So the first one is optimism. So even in dark times where, bad things are happening, but we're still able to look through it, see ahead, keep it moving. We're not letting failures bring us down. We're just seeing it as an opportunity to grow and get stronger, just facing everything head on. So optimism is definitely a huge trait of successful people, because these journeys are not easy. So yeah. we gotta see the positivity. Second one is being open-minded. So being open to new experiences, new ideas, accepting that you could be wrong and being willing to adjust that. I think a lot of people struggle with that one. So you have to be able to accept that sometimes you're wrong and you don't know everything. Being curious, observing people, closing yourself off to new ideas, or not closing yourself off to new ideas, and not being able to question yourself will limit you. So definitely keep that open-mindedness. Number 3 is be outgoing. Networking, make connections, use your communication skills. And apps like this make it a little bit easier within that journey, because even if you're not a super social person, you can communicate through the messages, through the chat, through DMs. You can make those connections a little bit easier with a lot of different things, not even just top badge journeys, but just kind of in life in general.
Yeah. It is funny though, because I'm actually way more shy in person, and on my stream I'm totally the opposite. So even in a live stream, it's like I don't know,
The
but I'm like way more
so
outgoing.
much.
Yeah.
Definitely. So number 4 is be hardworking. So this is not just going to be handed to you on a silver platter while you just sit there. I mean, sort of, we are kind of just sitting here. But there's a lot of people putting in a lot of hard work. So it is not just going to be handed to you. Visualize what you want and then put the work into it. We've talked about law of attraction and that kind of stuff, right? What else? Also, though, you have to kind of have that fine line of becoming a workaholic. So we need to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves and not just letting work or our goals just totally consume us. So taking a step back and saying sometimes, okay, I'm going to take, kind of like what Gabby did, two weeks ago, we said, we got to take some time, take care of ourselves, and then we're going to dive right back in with that hard work. That's needed. So, and that was a hard decision to make too, to step back and say, wait, I got to take care of myself.
It was.
So
it was. I was stressing.
Shows you're a hard worker. Yes. Number 5, organization. I know a lot of people struggle with organization, but it really, really is important to some extent, right? Like, we don't need to be super particular about every little thing in our life, but when it comes to the goal that you're trying to achieve, you need to be organized about it. So writing down our goals, we talked about this. I forget what episode it was, but we talked about how important it is to write your goals down. That makes you I forget what the percentage it was, but it does make you
Oh
more
God,
successful.
yeah,
It was like a pretty significant percentage more successful,
yeah.
just by writing it down. So always be checking your list, using planners, those kinds of things. Keep yourself on track with the things that you need to get done and when they need to be done by. So yeah, organization. Number 6 is being conscientious. Oh, I struggle with that word every single time.
Me too.
So many C's, so many S's. I just can't with that word. But you need to do that one too. So conscientiousness is having self-discipline, paying attention to detail, being organized again, all those kinds of things, being on point, essentially, mindful, all that kind of stuff. Number 7 is have a drive for success. So successful people, their drive causes them to have a psychological need to accomplish goals. So that motivator, right? Like we all need a motivator to like want to do things. So if your motivator is just this, I like how it feels to be successful, you're probably going to be more successful than most people just because you're going to crave it. So that's an interesting trait, because I don't think you can teach that one. I think it's either you have it or you don't have it. Number 8 is internal locus of control. So this is this idea that you have to know what you have control over and what you don't have control over. And if we get stuck in focusing on the things that we don't have control over, we're going to get lost, because there's nothing you can do about what you don't have control over. But if I stop and I kind of put my blinders on and say, what are the things that I do have control over, and let me just stay focused on that, you're going to get a lot further, because you can actually, manipulate those things, for lack of better words. But yeah, so internal locus of control is this.
I feel like that's a very important one.
Yeah, I think so many people are like, but this and but that, and I'm like, what are you going to do about that? You can't change that. You only have control over you and your behaviors. So that's a big one to focus on. Don't get stuck in what you can't control. Number 9, 2 more left, guys. Number 9, risk taking. So a lot of these people, you'll notice, have kind of stepped outside the box a little bit. They're not exactly following the norms. They're trying new things. Taking risks for success within reason, right? Like we're not doing anything dangerous. We're not putting anybody in harm's way, but we are like stepping outside the box a little bit and trying new things. And sometimes that doesn't work for people, but sometimes that brings you up in your success level. So it's a good thing to try to take a little bit of risks. Doesn't necessarily have to be anything huge, but a little bit outside the bubble. And then the last one is resilience. So that's kind of in line with optimism. This, if you fail, keep trying. Accepting that there's going to be failures, there's going to be obstacles, but you're just going to keep going and going and going. So those are 10 character traits for successful people, guys.
If you guys are just tuning in, this is a show called In It Together with Gabby and Sammy. I'm Gabby.
I'm Sammy.
This is Sammy. She is my co-host and a mental health therapist. Make sure you favorite Sammy. She is an amazing person who streams almost daily. She's very knowledgeable. If you ever have any questions, make sure you check her stream out. She's usually live around like 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time most days. So yeah, on the show today, we are talking about success, and we're kind of getting specific. We're talking about top badge streamers on the app. Meet Me, Scout, and Plenty of Fish, to be specific. So just to give you a little review, we just talked about 10 traits that successful people possess. So I'm just going to quickly run through them again just to recap. So the first trait is optimism, open-mindedness, outgoingness, hardworking, organization, a drive for success, which apparently may not be something you can learn. It's just something you might have. So you guys might be the lucky ones if you have that drive. Internal locus of control, which I found kind of hard to understand when I saw it in the research, but the way Sammy worded it is wonderful. So understanding what you have control over and what you don't have control over, and not dwelling on those things, just doing what you can. You can control whatever you control, you can manipulate your situation. Risk taking is another another one that successful people do as long as it's within reason. And then resilience, which I love resilience. If you, I won't go into any details. So those of you guys who know me in my past, I've been described as resilient by people, and I love that word. I'm probably gonna get it tattooed to me someday. But yeah, so it's just the people who don't give up no matter how many times they're knocked down. There's always obstacles. There are failures sometimes when you try to reach goals, and that's not an abnormal thing. You just have to roll with the punches. Don't give up.
Absolutely.
So those are the 10 traits of successful people. Now we're going to roll into some tips to be more successful. There are 7 of them. However, they all kind of meld into each other. So the very first tip is to increase your self-awareness. We're going to talk about mindfulness a lot in these tips. If you guys haven't been here for the mindfulness episode, I believe it was episode 3.
That sounds right.
We're on episode 13 right now. It is on the YouTube channel. Look up Gabby Uke. You can watch it. It was a really cool episode. But yeah, increasing your self-awareness. Understanding that you have strengths and that you have weaknesses. You're not going to dwell on the weaknesses. You're just going to, achieve mindfulness and then better assess your situation to stay in control of things. Number 2 is to take control of your emotions. This kind of goes into increasing your self-awareness, becoming mindful of your emotions, good and bad, your thoughts. If we've actually talked about negative thoughts are actually more so common than positive ones for all people, even those people who are super optimistic. It's just that if you're able to achieve that mindfulness, and I'm sorry, I think I might have froze. If you're able to achieve that mindfulness and really sit here and say, okay, I'm having these thoughts, I accept that they're there, and I'm going to react in a thoughtful way to the thoughts that I'm having. Number 3 tip to be more successful is to rewire your brain. We're talking about rewiring your brain with positive thinking, positive affirmations, and of course, mindfulness kind of comes back in all of these tips. The next tip is to analyze your mistakes. So once again, we're not dwelling on our mistakes because we are human, we make mistakes. So what you're going to do is evaluate those mistakes instead of dwelling on them. And you're going to figure it out. What am I going to do next time to not make this mistake again, or to do better? Or what can I change to, make this a better outcome? Number 5 of the tips to make you more successful is to set your goal, period. You got to set your goal in general. If you don't have a goal, there's not going to be success. There's no success if there's no goal. So we're going to talk about SMART goals again. If you guys have been here, but in the past, we've talked about SMART goals. It's a tool that you can use. We're going to talk about it. It's also on my Instagram in the link tree. If anyone ever wants to download it and print it out and use it as a tool, I recommend it. It's really cool. I've used it myself. The next tip is to focus on action. So sure, we're going to say our goal, let's say our goal today, because we're talking about top badges, is to be a top badge. That's the goal we're trying to get. But focus on action. Don't think, I need to get 5 million diamonds. I need to get 5,000 favorites. You need to start from the beginning so you do not overwhelm yourself and burn yourself out. You need to focus on that first million. You need to focus on that first 1,000. Mm-hmm. Make smaller goals so you don't totally burn yourself out, so you don't get overwhelmed and stressed. And then the last tip to maintain success, to get more successful, is to keep your brain healthy. And you keep your brain healthy in so many ways: physical activity, nourishing your body with foods that you actually need to thrive, sleeping well, good quality sleep, things like that. Really all plays a role in your mind.
Started on sleep again.
Yeah, I know. We did a whole episode on sleep. It was super interesting. So those are some tips to be successful. I think that a lot of top badge streamers possibly already do these things. I think there might even be a top badge streamer on our show that might already do most of these, all of them, possibly.
Just stick around and find out. So for those of you that just missed, those were tips for being more successful. In a nutshell, real quick, those tips were: increase your self-awareness, take control of your emotions, rewire your brain, analyze and learn from mistakes, set your goals, focus on action, and keep your brain healthy.
If you guys are just tuning in, this is In It Together with Gabby and Sammy. I'm Gabby. This is Sammy. We do the show every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We talk about coping with emotional, social, and psychological well-being to promote self-healing and self-development. Every week we have a new topic. We're talking about success today. And we provide education, resources, and tips that you can use in your everyday life on your journey to self development, self healing, and just happier living in general. So, like I said earlier, our goal is to have you leave this stream with something more than you had when you got here. We want you guys to feel like you got something out of this. So, hope at the end of the show, I hope to see some comments of things that maybe you guys have learned or any types of things that you got from the show. We're going to get to our SMART goal situational discussion, and then we're going to have our guests join the box. Stay tuned. We have Aaron Kirby and Juice Baby Jojo, who are top badges on this app, that are going to talk to us about their journeys, their triumphs, any challenges they faced, and they're going to also provide us with some tips. So if anybody here is trying to get their top badge, I hope that you'll get a lot of good quality information out of these 2 top badges tonight. And then we have one up and coming top badge, Mor Mizraab, who's going to be on. Not yet a top badge, but I personally think that he probably will get there, which is why I chose him to be on the show tonight. So really exciting. Stay tuned for that. So now we're going to review what SMART goals are.
Yeah. Those of you that hang out with us each week, you're going to be like, not SMART goals again. But real quick for the newbies, we're going to run through SMART goals. So we're going to do Gabby's SMART goal. So remember, SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and timely. So specific, Gabby, what exactly do you want to accomplish?
Okay, the exact thing that I want to accomplish is that I want to reach the top badge requirements so that I can apply for a top badge. We're going to keep it simple.
All right.
Yep, we'll keep it simple.
So how are you going to measure that? How will you know you reached that goal?
Nice little review for everybody if you're new. So I will know that I've reached the requirements because I'll have the requirements, which are 5 million diamonds, 5,000 favorites, an average viewership of 500 per stream, and I also have to make sure that I'm streaming 40 hours per month in order to apply.
Got it. Okay, so achievable. Is this realistic for you? Do you have the resources? Do you have the time? Any potential money that you may need to put in it? Like, do you have all of these things? Can you really do this goal?
Right. So I mean, I'll go into a little bit of my backstory. I've actually been on this app since August of 2018. Since then, I've had 2 accounts that got deleted, and I never really found out why. So, but here we are. We're back again. This is the 3rd account, Gabby 3.0. So I have put money into this because I do have a projector. I have a setup here with lighting, like a streaming. Well, it's actually a gaming chair, but you got the chair. I also have a huge family on here. I said I have been on here for like 2 years. I have a huge Uke fam on here that supports me, and without them, it would be very hard to co-stream every day if I didn't have those people backing me up. And I do have the time right now because I have an injury that has me out of work. So I have the time to put in the 40 hours a week, or 40 hours a month, I'm sorry, which actually really isn't really that much time. It's like 2 hours a day maybe. And I think even then you might still go over your 40 hours. So. Yeah.
So bad. Okay. So it's definitely achievable. It's within the realm of achievement. Relevance. Why is this goal significant to your life? Why should you even motivate yourself to do this?
So if you guys were here at the beginning, we had our Instagram Q&A where I asked top badges to anonymously answer why it was important for them to get a top badge, and so many people had different responses to that. So for me specifically, if I were to put in my application, why do you want a top badge, which they will ask you, I would say that it would be a blessing to be able to reach a larger audience of people, to spread awareness of mental health, to spread positivity, and also it's just really cool because one of the things that they said on the somebody said on the Instagram question was, well, it's your badge, but it's really your viewer's badge. And that's so true. And after I saw that response the other day, I was like, that really like changed, like, I don't know, like something clicked in my head right there. Cause it is so true. Without all of these people who support me and coming here every single day, I mean, they're the top badge at the end of the day.
Yeah. I mean, there would be no point for a top badge if it wasn't for the viewers.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. And then that last piece is timely. So can you achieve this in an amount of time before you just lose interest and give up?
Right. So So I actually reevaluated my answer for this because I originally gave you an answer for when I would like to have a top badge, but I don't get to choose that. The app chooses that.
Yeah.
If anyone even gets the top badge. So my goal is to have the requirements by May.
Okay. Good. I'm glad you rethought that.
I
I did think
did.
about that when we were talking, and I was like, maybe I'm being too picky, but I do like that,
No,
yeah.
I changed. I
Locus of control,
decided.
right? Locus of control. You have
Yep.
control about getting your goals. You don't have control over that last piece.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. I thought I was looking over the show today, and I was like, you know what? I got to change that.
Excellent job.
That's what I do. All right, guys, if you're just joining, this is In It Together with Gabby and Sammy. Today we're talking about success. We're kind of being specific, talking about top badge status on the app. We just talked about what a top badge is, how you get a top badge. We talked about some traits that successful people have, and we gave you guys some tips to be more successful. And then we just talked about our SMART goals, which it is a tool that you can use to kind of get your goals in check on paper. It is literally a worksheet. If you go to my Instagram or our show's Instagram, In It Together _meet me, or my personal one, it's on both. In the link tree, there is a way that you can get the PDF of the SMART goal sheet and you can use it for your own goals. And I highly recommend you at least give it a try because it really is a good tool.
Remember, writing down goals makes you more successful.
Yep, definitely. Sammy, is there anything else you'd like to add before we start getting these wonderful people
I want to
here?
hear these top badges go. I want to hear these stories. So I am out here. I will be back.
All right, bye, Sammy. We're gonna lose you for a little bit.
Guys.
All right, guys, it's time to get into the juicy part of the show here. We have 3 amazing guests today. We have Aaron Kirby, Juice Baby Jojo, both top badges on the app. And we have Mora Mizrav, who is not a top badge yet, but he hit the requirements. That application is in. So I felt like this was going to be a really great show for him. So Aaron Kirby, you are up first, my friend. Let's get you in the box. I'm so excited to have Aaron on the show, by the way. I'm so excited.
Yo, I'm excited to be here. What's up?
Oh my gosh, I'm just so excited.
Hey,
Aaron, I feel like I always see you as the host, and I feel like I don't see you in like people's boxes all that often. So I'm really glad to get the switch here.
That's the crazy thing about it is that's how I got started on the app, was in boxes, and I'm sure we'll talk about that here shortly.
Yeah, definitely. So for those of us who don't know you, let us know a little bit about yourself.
What's up, guys? My name is Aaron Kirby, and I have been streaming on the Meet Me app since October of 2019. And I've been playing music professionally. I'm a country music singer-songwriter from Macon, Georgia. I've been playing professionally for about 10 years.
That's awesome. So how long did it take you to get a top badge when you joined?
Right, so I say I started October, but honestly, I didn't start streaming until December, because when I started the app, I saw like an advertisement for the date box. I think it was on YouTube or something whenever they first came out with it. So I was like, hey, I can download this app, jump in the box and sing some songs to people. And that's pretty much how I got started. And then I started streaming in December and got my top badge at the beginning of February. So I've had my top badge for about 13 months now.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. So when you learned about a top badge and you learned what it was there like a trigger that you were like, I need this top badge for this reason? Did you have like a motivation behind it?
To be honest with you, it was more so of viewers pushing me, saying that, hey, you should go for that. And the more I thought about it, how it was saying, how you said the bigger audience and stuff, being able to, get my music out more. And I mean, it just eventually it did become a goal, but it was like literally it was people telling me, hey, you need to go for it, because fortunately for me, and it's not the case for a lot of people, guys, we got to remember a lot of people apply to be top badges. And fortunate for me, when I applied for mine, literally I got it a week later, and that doesn't normally happen.
Yeah.
I'm blessed. And of course, when I started the app, it was a lot different back then. You were on it as far as the numbers people were doing. One milli a week was unheard of. You know what I'm saying? Like literally.
Oh man.
A milli week was unheard of. I was consistently getting the 80K a week, making sure that I did that, before I applied. And back then it was 1 million diamonds to apply. And I think I applied when I got to 2 million. and then literally I got it a week later. So.
That's awesome. So did you decide to apply for Top Badge before you hit the requirements, or was this like a conversation with your viewers after you
No,
hit the
it was
requirements?
after they were people had always said it, but I mean, I thought it was kind of cool. It'd be awesome to be like, the face of what, they want you to be on the app or whatever. The
Right.
majority of top badges are really, really good people, regardless of what, some may believe. I mean, some are better than others, but
So, because my next question to you was going to be like, were there any challenges that you faced on your journey to getting your top badge? So just I guess in general, like, were there any challenges you faced as a streamer, and how did you overcome those challenges?
to be honest with you, being out in front of, the audience that we have on here, and the thing that I learned the most, it's easier. I say the biggest thing that I had to learn within myself was to not listen to what people say. And
Right.
then, so being a singer, there's always going to be people who don't like you, who don't like your voice, who don't like what you do. And literally, I think the biggest thing that I had to overcome, which now I even tell my bouncers, don't kick trolls. Like whatever they say does not hurt my feelings, so it shouldn't hurt yours. So that's what I go by now. And literally, it doesn't matter what anybody says in the comment section. It's not going to hurt my feelings. Therefore, it shouldn't hurt my viewers' feelings. And once I came to that peace within myself, literally, it's been so much easier.
Oh, for
I
sure. Oh
mean,
gosh,
everybody's
yeah.
got everybody's got an opinion.
I remember when I started streaming on here, like somebody's comments could actually make me cry, and like since then, like I'm just like,
Oh well, I would never
you
say
know,
a comment would ever make me cry. But there was a point, when I first started, because literally I'd sit on my couch day in and day out with my guitar and just sing songs with no stream, no ring light, no stand, just kind of sit it up on my couch and just play, and it was just hours and hours and hours upon hours and hours and hours through the night. I mean, just whatever it took. I was always live,
that's
always
so
always
cool.
damn grinding for it.
So on your top badge journey, are there any like really good memories that you can recall, or like highlights, or maybe like goals you reached that were like you were super stoked about?
So one of the craziest memories I would say would be when I hit my first million. And the worst part about it is, so this does happen. There's always bad things, in life that happen. But when I hit my millie the next day, somebody called fraud. And it set me back. It set me back like 60K. And the next stream that I went live again, I hit the millie again, and it was almost the same amazing feeling the second time.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know about that. Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, see, that shows like how like the family that you created on here has your back so much that they were like, oh heck no, we're definitely gonna make sure he
Right,
gets that
exactly,
million.
exactly. And you see, and the thing is that one of the people that came in to help has hardly ever came in my stream again. She used to come in every once in a while. Jenna, the top badge on here with Lightning Bolt Jenna,
Oh
is
yeah,
is one of the people that helped me get back to the millions.
that is awesome. So so we all, most of us probably know you have a show on here. Would you like to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, we got a really cool thing we do. It's called Before and After. And what it is I let 6 people get in the box. They sing a song, which Gabby's been on there before. They get in the box, they sing a song. I pair them up, you know, with three. I've got 3 vocal coaches. I pair them up with the coach to work with off the app for a week. They come back the following week to perform again to show how much they've improved. It's really all about just growth and improvement in singers on the app with their confidence and everything. And teams in exactly right there, right in the comments.
Yeah, I mean, I've been on your show, and the one thing I liked about your show was the fact that I knew that I wasn't gonna be like judged like that. Like that
That's
made me feel
exactly
so much more comfortable going in, because like the shows that are on here, like Hoop Show unfortunately runs through mine, so I can't be on his show, but where you're being like judged, all the sweat, the shakes, like your show, I made me nervous too, but it wasn't like that.
it's different. It's different because there's no like clear cut winner. We pick a coach. I pick a coach of the week every week just to kind of have something for them to jaw back and forth about. But I mean, it's really there's no pressure. It's just all about gaining confidence. And it's crazy. The people we've worked with, almost 80 people now since I started it. And that's kind of insane to think about. And
That's so
like
cool.
some of those people went from never singing, and one of them made it to the finale of Unstoppable Idols. So
Oh my gosh,
just-
that's awesome.
exactly.
The music community on
it's a
this
really
app
cool
is
thing.
amazing. Seriously.
I
Well,
agree.
aside from your show, is there anything else that you've been like working on content wise in your streams? Like what would we expect if we go to hang out in your live stream?
Music. All the
Music?
time. Music. That's pretty much it. Like you'll catch me battling hoops and busting his ass in the quiet game every once in a while. And other than that, yeah, it's a lot of great cover songs being played. I play a lot of my original music. We do just hang out. But yeah, I mean, pretty much that's what you most of the time can expect if you see me live.
Well, I'm gonna put you on the spot then because everyone knows you because you are such an awesome musician. Would you like to play a little something for us?
I might have my guitar right next to me.
You might, maybe. Oh, thank goodness.
Sure, I'd love to play one. Actually, I thought about it. I'll pick this song right here because I actually just put a cover up on TikTok and Instagram. You can find my Instagram and TikTok. It's just Aaron Kirby Music. It's in my bio. And I actually know one of the guys that wrote this song right here, and it was actually recorded by Jason Aldean, and it's a really good song. So I figured I'd play it for y'all tonight. It's called All Out of Beer.
I'm ready.
If you'd have got here before my buzz kicked in, I'd have told you where to go. I'd have never let you in. I'd be cashed out on the couch, waiting on that sun to come up. I'd probably still be hating on you, saying I'm just glad it's over, acting like that was the truth. I still have my walls, girl, I wouldn't care at all. So why you gotta wait until I'm gone to come around? When I ain't got no fight left, I got no way out. When I'm 12 and helpless, the only time you show up here is when you're lonely and I'm all out of beer. I wish that you go find somebody new, and I wish I had it in me to just have one or two. I wish I could draw a line and stick to it just one time, but I'm drunk tonight, so never mind. So why you gotta wait until I'm gone to come around? When I ain't got no fight left, I got no way out. When I'm 12 and helpless, the only time you show up here is when you're lonely and I'm all out of beer. You got me where you want me, girl, no, I can't stand it. Looks like tonight's gonna go just the way you planned it. So why you gotta wait until I'm gone to come around? When I ain't got no fight left, I got no way out. When I'm 12 and I'm helpless, the only time you show up here is when I'm 12 and helpless. Girl, you know I'm gonna give in when you're lonely and I'm all out of beer. And I'm all out of beer. When you're lonely and I'm all out of beer.
Let's go.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all
Aaron
so much.
Kirby, everybody. Make sure you guys hit this man with a favorite if you already don't have him favorited. Aaron,
Hey,
thank you
thank
so
y'all.
much for performing. Thank you for being here. I just have
No
like a
problem.
couple more questions for you before I have you head out. So for anybody here who maybe even if they're new to the app or maybe they've been here for a while and they're wanting that top badge, is there any advice you'd give them?
Consistency. That's probably a word that's said a lot. Sometimes even me, I'm not as consistent as I should be on here, even to this day. But you know, you can teach somebody how to do something without doing it perfect yourself. But what I'm saying is like literally consistency and don't give up. There's a lot of people, like I said earlier, there's a lot of people that are applying for top badges. That's a fact. Tons and tons of people, and people are getting the requirement overnight now. That's the
Yeah.
crazy thing. Literally, people are getting requirements done overnight. I see a new streamer get 5 million like that. It's crazy. I don't know how they do it, but I'm just saying, literally, there's a lot of people that apply for it. Just be consistent. Make sure that you're providing content that people enjoy, and you know, build yourself. Keep some really good people around you, and I promise you that it'll definitely work out for you.
Absolutely. If you'd like to plug anything again before you go. You have the
Um,
floor.
you know, I just want to plug the fact that speaking of success, Gabby, congratulations on your successful show that you have going here on that app. I,
Thank
for
you
one,
so
know
much.
how hard you've worked. I, for one, know how hard you've worked, and I'm also very happy that you got the spot that you got now because you deserve it. Plug
I
me.
appreciate
All
that.
right, hey, don't forget it's Tuesday nights. Search for the Star with Hoops. You know, whatever. Who's Hoops? Yeah.
But
Anyway,
honestly,
Gabby, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate you.
absolutely, thank you for coming on. Aaron was actually one of the people that helped me get the drive to even start this show. Seriously. So thank you so
Absolutely.
much, Aaron. You've been you're just an
And
amazing
it's
person.
really cool that you got it now. I'm going to say that because I did pitch the idea just as well as I'm sure quite a few other people did for you. So, you know, I'm glad that it worked out in the end for you.
Me too. You
Now
guys
we
are
got to
all
get you.
amazing.
Now we got to get you to this requirement so you can apply for your top badge.
For the third time, 3.0, baby.
Hey, they say the third time's a charm. It's Gabby 3.0, right? Third
That's what
time's
they
a charm.
say. Aaron, thank you so much for being
You
here.
gotta put JoJo in here, right? She's
Yep,
she's way
JoJo's
more
coming.
pretty than me. I'm out.
Bye. Guys, I hope you favorited Aaron. It's time for our second top badge to join. If you're just tuning in, this is In It Together with Gabby and Sammy. Sammy's going to join us right after we talk to Juice Baby JoJo about her top badge journey. This show is where we talk about coping with emotional, social, and psychological well-being to promote self-healing and self-development. Today we're talking about success, and we're getting real specific. Success on the app. Success is a top badge streamer. So we just heard Aaron Kirby's journey. It's now time for Juice. I almost always call her Sweet Baby JoJo. I don't know why I do that. Juice Baby JoJo. If you could enter the box, it's your time, girl. She is so pretty.
I try to
Hi.
be sweet too. That's okay. I'll take
Oh.
sweet baby JoJo.
Thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me on, and thank you so much for having me on with Aaron Kirby. I love Aaron. I want to get him to perform for one of my auctions. So hopefully, but yeah, he's so awesome. I love him. Thank you, Sammy and Gabby. Thank you both for having me on the show. This is my first time actually at the show, so I'm really excited and happy to hear that you guys are talking about things like success and SMART goals. That's pretty awesome. That's
Yes.
really
So for anyone who doesn't know you, could you introduce yourself?
Yeah, so I'm Juice Baby JoJo. I've been on the app for 7 months. Almost 8 months actually, almost 8 months. And a lot of people know me from a plethora of different things, but they know me from Meet Me's Most Wanted auction. I host an auction on the app that's pretty like popular and really competitive. Also, I do like push-up contests, and people just know me from being around on the app and networking.
Awesome, absolutely. So how long did it take you to get your top badge?
So for my top badge, I got my top badge now. It's almost 5 weeks, I want to say, ago, and it took me 7 months. 7 months.
So when you found out about a top badge, like what it was when you joined, was that something that you were like, oh, this is something I want to get, I want this, a goal I have, or were you just kind of like, you know, if you get it, you get it?
It was a goal once I knew that I had the requirements. So like it wasn't something that prior to the requirements I was actually looking to focus on. But once I have the requirements, I'm like, hey, I have the requirements. That's par for the field. So let me go ahead and apply for the actual badge. It became something that I would say I was more focused on later when I realized, oh, I applied already. I have the requirements, but I didn't get it. So when I applied the first time, I did not get it. And then you kind of like, okay, well, what do I need to get this top badge, you know, and you kind of focus in like that.
So did you make, I'm just curious, did you make any like adjustments or additions to your streams, like once you didn't get your badge initially?
For sure, I definitely did. I took a look at my stream and kind of just maybe considered some of the requirements, but what I noticed is that there are some people who would get top badge that kind of don't have certain things that you think are requirements or would make a successful streamer. So you kind of look at it and you say, well, you know, everyone doesn't have the same thing. So what's going on here? But I did notice that I did a lot of battles with people. I was not really a battle streamer, but I did a lot of battles and I wanted my stream to be more self-contained where I can kind of have my own show. So I kind of scaled back on the battles and then I was able to, you know, make some changes in what I was doing there in my stream.
All right, that's cool. It's very interesting. So through your journey of getting your top badge, or maybe just in general as a streamer, were there any challenges that you faced and overcame?
Challenges that I faced and overcame. There were no major challenges. I would say, I mean, this is just a recommendation from what I noticed on the app. I would say stay out of drama. You know, like just literally ignore the drama and ignore, you know, things that are going on. If it doesn't have anything to do with you, ignore it. If someone comes to you with drama, ignore it. Like, do not partake in it.
Facts. I think that was probably the most important information we've got in the show tonight. Absolutely, absolutely. So before you got your badge, were there any like highlights or like memories that like you think about that make you like super happy from your, you know, the time of the no, oh my God, what I can't think. Past badge days. Like it wasn't, you didn't have the badge yet. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh my gosh.
Oh yes, like before the badge. Oh
before
yeah,
the badge.
Yeah, I definitely had some moments. I got on the app, I want to say like at the end of May, beginning of June. My birthday was in July, and my birthday was kind of fun for me because, you know, if you develop a core group of people who support you when it comes to your birthday, they take it serious. So
oh yes,
I had a top gifter who just was like dropping dragons. So seeing like, you know, 4, 5, 6 dragons dropped when I normally wasn't getting that type of traction was kind of cool. It was a thing, and I think I had like went to the river, so I was like streaming from the river, and I was getting dragons when I had never really seen dragons, you know, being dropped like that for me. So it was pretty cool. I think around the time I probably had like 2-3 million. So I know what's a dragon.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. So this is a question I actually meant to ask Aaron and I forgot. Would you say that being a live streamer has positively impacted your life?
I think so, for sure. I think you can, you know, if you're open to learning from everybody and just always keep yourself open to finding new things and information for yourself, you can apply it in any space at any time, right? So for me, I was able to tap in with someone who had financial information that I actually used in my personal life. So I thought that was helpful. You can generally do that anywhere you go. So yeah, I would say there's benefits. What else? Being a streamer, I don't know. It's a lifestyle, right? So you develop a different lifestyle, especially if you are streaming regularly. You know, if you're streaming regularly, you kind of get this routine. Sometimes you eat on live. Sometimes that's the time when you take a break and you're like, hey, I'm going to take a break and go eat. You have this routine. So I don't know. Yeah, streaming has indeed like affected my life. It made it nice.
So aside from your most wanted auction, what other kind of content do you have if I were to just like jump into stream someday?
Oh, I'm super dynamic. I can't lie. I'm super dynamic. So a lot of the things that I do range the gamut. Like I might be lip singing Whitney Houston one day, or I might be like, or I might be having a push-up contest in my stream. So you just never know. I actually do host a push-up contest, and it's tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So for me, I try to bring value no matter what. That's my thing. As long as I'm bringing value in some type of way, I'm okay with doing a wide range of things.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so if you had any advice for somebody who is looking to get that top badge, or maybe they're thinking about it, or maybe people who already have the requirements and they haven't gotten it yet, what would you say to them?
I would say just be yourself. I have a quote that Riot has quoted me on before, and that quote is, what's a top badge to a top streamer? And what I mean by that is like, there's no comparison. When you try to be the best you and then you become a top streamer, the top badge is the result of that. The top badge is like what just automatically happens. So if you focus on just becoming a better streamer, or just becoming a top streamer yourself, the best streamer you can be, then you really won't have any issue.
And that's the law of attraction, ladies and gentlemen. So I know you do talk about that in your stream. Do you have a show about it, or do you just have discussions?
It's more of a series. I do a series on the law of attraction. It's Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I just kind of go over different excerpts and different text about the law of attraction, and read some to the audience, and just enlighten and explain to people what the law of attraction is and how you can consciously create your life, as opposed to kind of letting things happen to you. So yeah, I love the law of attraction. I use it, and for the most part, consciously with most of my successes.
That's really, really cool. You guys, I'm definitely going to check. You said it's Mondays?
Mondays.
At 9?
Yeah.
All right. Everybody go there with me, because it sounds like a really, really cool show, for real. Is there anything else you would like to plug before you go?
Meet Me's Most Wanted auction, which is an auction that I host, is March 6th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but the music starts at 8. If you guys know Top Badge, Jordan Tarzan, he's going to be performing. I also have some really cool additional artists that are going to be performing. Blake Premier, if you know Blake is going to be in it. Marty Party, the celebrity on the app, is going to be in it. So it's going to be pretty cool. A lot of top badges will be there. There's also going to be a lot of people who aren't top badge, but I think that they'll get great exposure from being in the auction. So yeah, but it will be super fun. Jordan Jeremiah, if you know him, he's the top badge. He's in it. He's going to be probably performing during his auctioning time, which will be cool.
Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah. So I'm excited for that. And that's on this Saturday, 9 p.m.
Awesome. Yep. Guys, favorite Juice Baby JoJo, please hang out in her streams. It sounds like it's always a fun time.
Yes,
and that's why she got the badge.
I do want to have Aaron for the next one. Let's go. Thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to have Sammy J join us for a quick moment, just to we're going to have a little conversation about the two top badges and what they had to say about their journeys. And then we'll get more in the box. So if you guys are just joining, this is In It Together with Gabby and Sammy. I'm Gabby. That's Sammy. Make sure you favorite Sammy as well. She's a live streamer as well as a licensed mental health therapist. So hang out with her in her streams. She goes live in the mornings, usually like 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time most days. Who? Sammy who? Sammy J.
Yay. Get it right.
So Sammy, what did you think?
Those were awesome interviews. You guys are both amazing people. Very, very talented. So interesting. Yeah, I loved every bit of those interviews. I was laughing, I was smiling. just lots of positivity coming from both Aaron and JoJo. You guys are
Absolutely. And can I say something that I found interesting about both of them? So I had written my interview like questions as a guide, and in my mind when I wrote these interview questions, I was thinking, you know, I like again, I've been deleted 2 times. So like for me, like I was trying to get back up to these requirements and stuff. And so I was like almost stressed out. And this was on my old account. This is a whole new account, new vibe, new me, new Gabby 3.0. But it's really interesting to see that these two very successful streamers weren't stressing about 5 million diamonds. They weren't stressing about their goals because they were like, I love streaming. I have an amazing family I made on here. And, you know, it was pretty much their families saying, let's go get this badge. So that's really, really cool. Because I was going to ask if they felt stressed with having to reach those goals.
right.
But there really was none because they both reached them and then they decided, I might as well get a badge.
Well, and I think too, to hear from both of them that, you know, yes, I started here with my streams and then I got here, I made adjustments, I re-looked some things. It's okay to kind of alter your streams, grow, develop, change things. You don't have to just pick one thing and stay with it. You can keep kind of transforming and growing and kind of, I think that probably goes with your viewers too. Sometimes viewers kind of ebb and flow, and sometimes we have to reevaluate once we start getting different viewers in, and you know, do I do something different or not? So that
Absolutely.
was stories.
And that really goes into, we kind of talked about some traits that successful people have. Open-mindedness is one of them. And, you know, I feel that was definitely like risk-taking, open-mindedness. They both took risks and they have amazing content from it.
Yes.
Aaron, I think Aaron really truly was like there were some shows on the app before Aaron, but I feel like Aaron was one of the very first, like when the balls started getting really rolling with like real content on here. So I'm just so glad I had them on.
Yeah.
So guys, those were 2 amazing top badges on this app. We heard their stories. We have one more person. He's not a top badge yet. You guys might know him. If anybody from the More Miserable fam is here, if you guys got your hashtags, yeah, I know you guys have a hashtag, right? LAW, love always wins. Put those hashtags in the chat. We're going to have More enter the box. Let's go. Sammy, I'm going to lose you for a little bit. We're going to talk to More about his current journey that he's on right now. More, it's your time. It is time for More to talk to us about his adventures.
How you doing?
Hi, I'm so good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're looking real nice.
Well,
like
thank you.
Like
Thank
the tie.
Appreciate it.
Well, thank you so much for being on the show. If anyone might not know who you are, most people seem to know who you are, but just in case, would you like to introduce yourself?
My name is More Miserable. I've been on the app for almost a year now. But yeah, I stream most nights, and I have a pet show every Wednesday. So if you like cute furry creatures, make sure to tune in on Wednesday at 11 p.m. Eastern. And yeah, we're just a really good, welcoming, loving stream that we welcome everybody unconditionally.
Absolutely. And I was actually on his pet show was it last week?
Yes.
Time flies. Yeah, last week I was on with oh my gosh, it was Cat Week. It was great.
You remember the name of your pet, right?
I do remember the name of my cat. My cat. It's your ex-girlfriend, remember?
Yeah.
Because she's at an attitude. That's Zeke and Leo. I was trying to say Jules G was on with us, but it escaped who was with me on the show. But it was a really cool show. It's so fun. If you guys haven't seen the show, definitely go check it out. It's literally just so it's such a fun, laid back show. Highly recommend watching it.
Thank you.
So More, how did you discover this app? Actually, which app are you on?
I'm on Meet Me. Now I'm on.
You are on Meet Me.
Correct. Yeah, but I was actually on Plenty of Fish a little over a year ago, just actually about a year ago. And I was on there for dating purposes. I had no idea about the live, and I just saw the live function, and I just kind of meandered around there and just to kind of was like, what is this about? And then I started streaming myself. So I looked around, I was like, I can do this too. And at the time, it was right when the lockdown started, And
Yeah.
so I had a lot of free time at the time. So I was just, I didn't really have a plan. I didn't really have any goals. I was just kind of trying to pass time. And then I actually met someone in real life on the outside of the app. And she just kind of got a little bit jealous of, I guess, all the girls flirting with me or whatever. So she kind of asked me to get rid of the app. So I deleted Plenty of Fish, did a hard delete of my account. And then 2 weeks later, she broke up with me. So I was like, well, I'm coming back. And so I decided to join Meet Me the Second.
That's brutal. I'm sorry you went through that. but here's the thing though. Do you prefer one or the other? I'm just curious. It's just me asking out of
I
curiosity.
think Meet Me is just, I guess, kind of like the banner app of the three. I mean, I guess each of them has got their own pluses and minuses, but it just seems like more people are on Meet Me. So it's just to me, it was kind of the way to go.
So when you discovered like what a top badge is, or was there were you immediately motivated and you were like, I want to get a top badge? Or was there maybe some other drive, or maybe you decided later on you wanted a top badge? Because it seems
Right.
I'm really interested by everyone's responses.
Yeah,
to
no,
this
at
question.
first it really honestly wasn't. When I started streaming, it wasn't even a thought in my head. When I first started streaming, I really wasn't taking it seriously. I didn't really consider myself a streamer. It's just something that, some people you see casual streamers. They had a few minutes, they had a few hours to kill. They'd get on, they kill the time, they talk to people. It wasn't until I just really started attracting a following and people were really buying into what I was, doing, even if it was just a few minutes. And I just the diamonds started accumulating and the viewers started coming up. It made me take it more seriously.
Yeah.
And that's, so it wasn't, I was a good 5 months into streaming before I would say I would consider, maybe even 6 before I considered myself a streamer or something that I was providing regular content. So I did not start my top badge push, if you will, until late November. So just a few months ago.
Cool. So you're on your top badge journey now because you don't have it yet. But I have faith that someday you will have a top badge because you do have such an amazing community of people behind you. You have really awesome content. You're so friendly and welcoming, and I could tell, like, just from being on your show that day that, yeah, maybe you'll go to Playlist on a jet. I don't know.
Yes, yeah.
Are you planning on going to Playlist since the jet's here?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I already got my villa reserved and everything. We got a pool and a jacuzzi, so the after party is gonna be at Moore's place. So.
Oh my gosh, let's go. A party at Moore's.
Absolutely.
So throughout your entire streaming career thus far, are there any challenges that you've faced that you have overcome?
Yeah. Honestly, like I said, I've only been, I would consider myself a serious streamer for like about 6 months. And actually, I consider myself a streamer for the past 6 months, a real serious streamer for the past 3. I think that the way I live my life outside of the app, I've never had any experience, at least since high school, with, to put it delicately, the kind of drama that can sometimes happen on this app. It's just, and so when things happen, because there's a lot of great on this app, and I love this app, but we all are human. There's normal emotions that happen, like jealousy, pride, ego, and that can lead to some behaviors that are maybe not so healthy. And so when I encountered some of that, it was very foreign to me, and I did not know how to really deal with it. Because like I said, I don't live my life in such a way that happens in the real world. So learning how to deal with that with love and tact is a new experience for me. But it's something that not that it's happened a lot. And I don't want to make it seem like I've had a lot of drama, just one or two little small instances, but it's something that it caught me off guard, I'll say.
Yeah, I completely I literally relate to that so much because I am a drama-free person in my personal life.
Exactly, yeah.
So unfortunately, sometimes it happens. You know what I mean? It's just how you react to it.
Right. And well, there's ambition, and ambition is a great thing, but ambition can lead to a lot of maybe unhealthy behaviors, manipulation and gossip and stuff. And it's not something that I really want any part of. So
Absolutely.
it's, you know, but ambition's a good thing, but you have to look at things holistically so you can respond with love. Because something I tell my viewers all the time is it's really, really easy to love when things are going your way. It's very, very easy to love when your friends are around and everything's supported. It's a lot harder to love when you're feeling attacked. It's a lot harder to love when things aren't going your way or you're discouraged or you know, maybe it's things are not ideal.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So moving on from that, are there any like really awesome highlights so far that on your journey to getting your top badge, or like I know that I won't mention it, but I know there was a recent really, really awesome highlight that happened like this week.
The ice dragon. Okay, well, the ice dragon. I've been telling people forever. We spun 1,700 wheels and efforts to get the ice dragon and never hit it. It was insane. And then we finally hit it during the pet profiles last Wednesday. It literally crashed the app. Like the app stopped working. We couldn't, like the stream broke. Several other streams broke. But I did have a deal that if someone hit the ice dragon on my stream, that I would do an entire stream wearing a dress. So that happened. That happened Monday. If you want to see it, you can check out my Instagram. I did post it and I said, hopefully that picture doesn't come back to get me one day if I ever run for office. But no, just every part of my journey. I had a 6-month anniversary stream. I'm just about to, which is really what I feel like I started taking my streaming seriously. And my birthday stream, like I know Aaron had mentioned, I mean, Jojo had mentioned, is always a lot of fun. But honestly, every time that I log on and I connect with my family, with my new friends, my old friends, like I feel home, and I feel satisfaction, and that's a highlight for me. Like when I'm at work, and sometimes when I'm even studying for, you know, I'm in grad school, like I miss my family. I miss them. And I'm thinking of you guys. I wish I could be with you guys right now.
Oh, listen, I'm just really happy. I'm happy that you're one of many people that this app has positively impacted. So you would say that it has positively impacted your life?
Absolutely, absolutely, and not just for the benefit to me. I'm one of those kind of people that my heart is full when I am. Thank you, Dawson, by the way, for everything. My heart is full when I'm connecting with others, when I'm loving on others, when I'm helping others. So every time I get a message from someone who says, you know, hey, your stream just made me feel welcome. I was having a really bad day and your stream picked me up. That, to me, that's what it's all about. And that makes me feel joy. And I've benefited by that, yeah.
So I'm going to ask you something. It wasn't on the list, but But first of all, did you apply for your top badge? Are you openly discussing if you have?
Absolutely.
Or have not?
I applied for it this weekend. I've had the requirements for a long time, but I'm very purposeful and intentional in everything that I do. And I wanted to apply when I felt that the time was right, and where I felt that I was ready to bring. There's a lot of stuff that I have planned, and I'm ready to bring to an even larger audience. So absolutely. I thought that this was the perfect time to go ahead and get that taken care of.
So one of the things on the application for a top badge is the question, why do you want a top badge? Why do you think you deserve a top badge? I know I'm putting you on the spot here, but like why do you want the top badge now compared to before? It's probably not the same motivation that you had in the past.
Right.
Something has finally clicked and changed because now you've made that decision to apply.
Well, it's always been the same. I just feel that it was a matter of when I was ready. When I, like I said, when I became a serious streamer, I want to stay really taking this really, really seriously and really wanting to put real meaningful and consistent content back in November. I realized that the top badge was going to be part of that journey. But absolutely. And even after I hit the requirements, I never felt ready. But you know, it's funny when they have that application and that question. I wrote like 2 pages of text on why I want to become a top badge. I just think that, you know, with everything going, people turning virtual and to the internet. And sorry, my dog is just like, she needs
I
attention.
know, that's okay.
I'm
Does your
sorry.
Dog,
She
will
like
your dog
literally.
also receive a top badge?
Yeah, I think she's gotten more endorsements for Top Badge than I have, which is fun. I just think that with everybody turning virtual for the for connection, for dating, for friendship, this just provides a real opportunity for Meet Me, because Meet Me has a real opportunity to cater to people and to reach out and be a home for people who might otherwise not have that connection, either because they have social anxiety, or maybe they're really, really introverted, or maybe they're socially awkward, or just maybe they just don't fit in anywhere else. And Meet Me can be a platform that can be a home for them and make them feel loved, and make them feel welcome, and make them feel safe, and make them feel like they matter, and that they're important, and that they're valued. And to me, that's exactly what everything that I've done has always been about, is making people feel valued. Every single person that comes into my stream is treated the exact same. They're treated with love, they're uplifted, they are they're encouraged. And it doesn't matter if they gift me, if they don't gift me, if they stay for 5 seconds, if they stay for the entire stream, if they're first time viewer, if I've known them the whole time. I don't do bouncers in my stream. I removed all bouncers. It's just not something that I do anymore, because I want to send a very clear message that everybody is equal in my stream. There's no one that I care about more than anybody else. And I just think that's really desperately needed right now with the, like I said, with everybody going more virtual, becoming more and more isolated. This Meet Me is such an amazing, just the way the live community works. It's such an amazing chance for us to all connect together. I just want to make sure people feel valued.
Absolutely. So, aside from pet profiles, is there anything else in the works that you'd like to talk about?
Sure, yeah. I do have a show in the works. We're kind of in the development phase, but I am going to be starting a new show. It's not going to be a featured show, at least not yet, every other Sunday, called The Forgiveness Project. And what it's going to be about is people sharing their stories of hurt that they've overcome and their journey towards forgiveness. Because I think that forgiveness is something that we desperately need to embrace more and more and more and more in our society. It's something that I feel that is undervalued. And I think that it could be a real light in when people are feeling down and they just feel like they've been hurt, that there is hope, there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and forgiveness is not only beneficial for other people, but for themselves as well.
Wow, that's awesome. That sounds like a really, so you haven't actually done a show yet. It's still in the works.
It's yes, it is a struggle. It's in the works. I want to make sure I have several, because it's not easy to talk about, right? It's not easy for someone to get on and talk about a trauma or a hurt or a pain that they've gone through. So it's not, I'm having to do a lot of talking with people and getting people who want to share their story. You also want to have a sense of privacy as well. You don't want to just air everything. So I want to make sure I have some people lined up, and that I have the boundaries appropriate, and I have some healthy like I get boundaries put in place before we just go ahead and start rolling.
Absolutely. And that's why, because our show, we talk about mental health things, and we always have a Zoom meeting with our guests, just to make sure, we don't go into the show blindly if there's any kind of things that maybe they're not comfortable talking about. So it is beneficial to talk to your guests and stuff, for sure. Maybe not for all shows, but for shows that are kind of touchy topics, for sure.
Sure, absolutely.
So I was just curious. You heard the 2 interviews with Aaron and with JoJo. Did you get anything out of that maybe you hadn't thought about before? It's a different perspective.
In terms of what I haven't thought about, I would say more so it was just validation of things that, because I mean, with this success that I've had, I have people come up to me all the time. Hey, how can I be successful? How can, so just hearing what JoJo and Aaron said about being yourself, I think that's the most important thing, is being yourself, being authentic. There's enough fake people. Please be authentic. Authenticity is, in my opinion, one of the most, if not the most important things that you can do. Not just on this app, in life in general. But the other thing was be consistent. I think that when I sat down, I was like, I want to become a real content creator. I want to be a real streamer. I had to kind of knock off the whole, I'm going to sign on for 15 minutes and stream and I'll sign on for an hour. No, I need to have I need to plug some real time into this. So for me, I did learn a lot just because I know in terms of like the way that JoJo talked about feeding her community, and Aaron talked about the same thing. But more so than that, it was validation that a lot of the things they're saying are the things that we're doing and that I value as well.
Awesome. So is there anything else you'd like to plug, or maybe any questions that you have for either of the two top streamers, or for Sammy?
No, I think that what you're doing is great. I love this show. I love the fact that this exists. I think that what you guys are doing is exactly what I want to propel. It's the reason I want to be a top badge, is I want this to be normalized. I want people feeling safe. I want people feeling valued to be normalized. That's the whole reason I want to be a top badge right there. If you had to narrow it down thing. So I just thank you for the opportunity. I don't necessarily have any questions, but I do think that this is an amazing show, and I hope that everyone out there can keep in mind that there are people out there who want to feel valued, and people come into your stream for a reason. So anyone out there that wants to be successful, keep in mind every time someone clicks onto your stream, they're clicking into your stream for a reason. So you need to think, if you want to be successful, you want to be a top badge, whether you're top badge or not, when you want to be successful, you need to think about the reason that person is clicking into your stream and what you are going to provide for them. And then just go from there and make it your own.
Absolutely. More, thank you so much. If you'd like to plug anything again.
Oh, yes.
Before you
Profiles. Pet Profiles tomorrow at 11 p.m. Eastern. If you're on the East Coast, look at some cute furry creatures before you fall asleep. If you're on the West Coast, look at some cute furry creatures as you let your dinner settle. It's a lot of fun, very low-key show where we just get to look at some cute animals.
Do we have a theme tomorrow?
No theme tomorrow. Themes are over. We're back to just normal mix of animals, grab bags.
Awesome.
So bye for a good time. 11 p.m. Eastern.
Awesome. Awesome. More, thank you for being here. Thank you to your whole fam for coming in. I saw everybody with your love always wins
awesome.
hashtag.
Awesome. I appreciate them. They're awesome. We love them, and they're good people. We're good people, and everybody is welcome. And I wanted to say one more thing, if I could, just real quick.
Yeah.
Because I think this is something that doesn't get said a lot. It's really easy to have the whole good vibes message and good energy and positive, loving energy, but we need, I would say, to work a little bit better on not making it clicky. Like, it's awesome to have a family, it's awesome to have a crew, but let's value and let's encourage inclusivity. So that when person comes into your stream, they don't feel like an outsider. Oh, I don't know these people. I'm not part of this crowd, so I don't know if I can stay in here. No. That's what we're. Everyone's welcome. Big tent. Anyway,
Yep.
That's
I from a viewer standpoint, I know exactly what you're talking about. Sometimes it's overwhelming to go into stream sometimes when it's like they do seem to really only include like their people. You know what I mean? So from a viewer standpoint, I understand like where you can feel like more or less comfortable depending on
absolutely
that type of situation.
absolutely.
More, thank you for being here. Good luck. We hope you get your top badge.
Thank you.
I believe you will get it someday. It will happen for you because you are really such an amazing person. I feel like you have the qualities of the two top badges that were just on tonight.
Thank you. So do you.
Gonna make me blush. Well, guys, if you're just joining, this is In It Together with Gabby and Sammy. We just talked with Aaron Kirby about his top badge journey. We talked to Juice Baby Jojo about her top badge journey, and then we talked to future top badge More Miserable about his current journey. Awesome. Such an awesome show tonight, guys. This was so cool. Sammy J is joining us back in the box. Make sure you hit her with a favorite. She's a mental health therapist. She's so awesome, so educated, so fun. Sammy, how'd you feel?
That was awesome. More seems like such an incredible person. has a lot of humility, it feels like, tries to be, seems like successfully a very kind, open-hearted person, but also willing to admit, like, hey, I have flaws and I don't always do things right all the time, but I am willing to reevaluate that and just keep trying to be the best person I can be. So always fascinating to hear him talk, and hear his perspective on things. I think it's stuff that we all know and then we forget to apply in life.
Absolutely. And what I found so cool about all three of these individuals is that none of them applied for a top badge until like time has passed after they've reached the requirements. They didn't reach 5 million diamonds, or in Aaron's case 1 million diamonds back in the day. It wasn't the right times. It's just cool because I was expecting a conversation to go more like, oh, I was stressing about getting 5 million diamonds, or I was stressing about hitting this goal, but that was not the case. And it's
Right.
really cool. It's really cool. So I hope if anybody is in that mindset, because I used to be in that mindset back when I was on my last account, and it's stressful. It takes away the fun of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope did anybody get anything out of this today? I would like to hear from you guys if you have any questions, or even questions for any of the top badges, or questions for Sammy or me, or what did you get out of this episode? If anyone here is trying to get their top badge, I truly hope that hearing these conversations tonight was something that's going to benefit you and your streams.
Yeah.
I got something out of the conversation for sure.
Definitely. Yeah. I think definitely, again, I think I said it too, just like, it's okay to reevaluate. It's okay to grow and change, and not just you figured out you were this thing and you have to stick with it because that's what you figured out. It is almost like high school sometimes. You go into high school and you're like, well, I was this person and this is what people expect from me, so I can't change that. But no, you can grow and develop and just keep becoming a better and better streamer, person, whatever. So
Absolutely. And just to kind of review really quickly, if anyone here doesn't know what a top badge is or how to get a top badge. So in order to apply for your top badge, just to review, you need to have requirements that you have to have set in place. You have to have 5 million diamonds, 5,000 favorites, an average viewership of 500 per stream, and you have to stream for 40 hours a month just to qualify to even apply for your badge. So just keep that in mind.
From Dan, Gabby.
What does a top badge give you? So when you're a top badge, you get not only do you get a badge by your name, but you also get a trending boost. So these top streamers actually trend in the first 12 spots, and there's some algorithm where everyone will change and everyone will go up or down. I mean, if there's more than 12 top badges streaming, like they will trend lower, but not forever. They kind of share the trending boost, which is really cool. I believe it also may potentially there's other perks that I'm sure I don't really know about because I'm not a top badge, but really that badge means that you have been chosen by Meet Me to be a representative of their community. It means that you're impacting the community in a positive way. Your content is good, it's engaging, it's appropriate. Access to VIP packs. Okay, I thought that might have been, but I wasn't sure if that was true. You can get discounts when you buy purchase coins, I believe. If I'm wrong, they'll probably debunk it on the rundown this weekend, okay? They'll debunk it on the rundown if I'm incorrect.
Say Chris Casper's gonna be on the rundown like Gabby and Sammy are wrong, don't listen to them.
I'm gonna say we canceled their show. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
don't do that. That would be really, really terrifying. I would be extremely sad. But anyway, yeah, so that's kind of what a top badge is. Thank you thank you so much to our guests, Aaron and JoJo and more, for being here tonight. Thank you to your the amazing supporters that you've brought here to represent you guys. You guys are all amazing.
More definitely.
If you ever want to
on that top badge.
Yeah, definitely. Good luck to more. # more for top. I've been seeing it everywhere.
I gotta remember.
Everywhere.
Rundown on Friday.
Yep. Catch the rundown on Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Top Badge official, on the Top Badge official Meet Me live stream. That's where you'll find out if More gets his badge. So super cool. And if anyone ever would like to rewatch any of the episodes, we've covered a lot. We've covered so many of our episodes in this one episode, even though we didn't do a whole lot of talking. We've talked about mindfulness, which we've covered. We talked about SMART goals. Those 2 episodes are on our YouTube channel. Well, it's my YouTube channel, but our show's on it. Just look up Gabby Uke. You'll be able to find us there, and you can rewatch any of the episodes. If anyone ever has any suggestions, or maybe you would like to be on the show and you have a topic that you're passionate about or an experience that you're passionate about, follow us on Instagram, _meet me. If you just go to my bio, you could just take a quick little screenshot of it so you can look us up and follow us there. We're always willing to, looking forward to anybody who's going to give us any kind of suggestions of things that you're passionate about that maybe we haven't covered yet. We also post the Instagram question every week, right around the weekend for the following week, which is cool. It's how we start the show off that way. If you'd ever like to participate in that, make sure you follow us. I believe that's pretty much it. I have the tarot card to close this with.
Do we have a card this week?
We do have a card this week.
Yay!
And I thought it was really cool because it reminded me of JoJo, kind of reminded me of the Law of Attraction a little bit. So this card for this week, which will be posted on Instagram, am I focused on what I want most? One reason so few of us achieve what we really want is that we never direct our focus. We never concentrate our power. Most people dabble their way through life, never deciding to master anything in particular. Today's soul action says, what you focus on grows. Today, ask yourself, is my life a reflection of my values or do I need to make adjustments? Prioritize. That's the tarot card for this week from Soul Truth by Brienne Hovey. They're self-awareness cards. I hope you guys got something out of this episode today. I really enjoyed this episode, so I hope you guys got something out of it.
It was very, very good, very informative, very entertaining. Thank you guys all again so much.
Absolutely. If anyone has any questions, please let us know now, and we would be happy to answer anything for you. Shout out to all the gifters, by the way.
Thank you.
Chris Casper came up in here. Appreciate you. Jason, Moore, Prince Charming, Juice Baby Jojo, Aaron Kirby, Kim Possible, Bart came in here. I see you, Bart. Small Town Bravo, Dat Boy, Dean, Ash Marie. You guys are all amazing, and I appreciate you so much for being here. Were there any questions that I missed, possibly?
I don't think so. Dan had a suggestion, and that's.
Thank you for having. Absolutely. Listen, I was on Moore's show last week, and he said, I am applying for my top badge Sunday. And I said, oh my gosh, I'm looking for somebody who's trying to get their top badge. So this really worked out really well. We do have a series coming up starting next week.
Good for this.
We're gonna have I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like I don't have an official name for the series, but I will, and it'll be posted on Instagram. But we are taking like a holistic approach to healing the mind. So we are going to have an episode on massage therapy next week. The following week, by the way, the massage therapist's name is Erin. She's actually related to Sammy. She's on the app now, but I don't think she's actually.
We're gonna convince her of that, guys. We're gonna convince her of that.
Yeah, I don't think she's dabbled around a lot yet, but she's gonna be our guest. She's a licensed massage therapist. The week after, we're gonna be talking about yoga with Artemis. Those are the next 2 shows. We have our other shows. We actually are searching for guests. So we're doing a show on chiropractic practices. If anyone's a chiropractor or you know a chiropractor on the app, let me know. We're also going to be talking about physical therapy, which I am a physical therapist assistant. However, I am really hoping that we can find a physical therapist to come and be a guest with us to talk about the benefits of physical therapy on your mental health.
Yeah.
And then there may have been one more. Nutrition is another one we're covering. So if anyone is a nutritionist or a dietitian, or maybe you've had a history of, I personally have had a history of an eating disorder, and I'm overcoming that right now, and I am on a journey. So if anybody maybe has any sort of experiences, if I can't find a nutritionist or a dietitian, I'm looking for you, please contact us on Instagram, _meet me.
Definitely.
Yeah, guys.
I'm super excited.
Guys,
for that, so.
I'm so excited. It's going to be really cool.
This is
It's going to be a little different than what I normally do. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say, this is where I'm going to leave you guys. And I will see you guys next Tuesday.
Absolutely.
That big new series.
Yep. Favorite Sammy, please. Please favorite her. She's amazing. She goes live every day at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you guys ever want to hang out with her, please favorite me before you go. If you're new here and you like my vibe, I go live every day as well. You guys are so amazing. Thank you for joining. I will see you guys next week when we talk about massage therapy with Erin, who I have not yet met, but I'm going to be meeting her this Sunday. So it's going to be really cool. Have a great night.